What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard interview for you guys. My guy, please introduce yourself.
What up? What up? Appreciate you first and foremost for having me. It's Handlez McGee. What's going on, Steve?
Let's go, yo. This is so funny. So here's the big thing. This is a big deal for me. I'm glad I had the opportunity to come and sit with you today. When I first started reacting to you, my knee-jerk reaction when I first was introduced to you, I was like, yo, I think me and this guy would really get along. Like, we should be friends. So I think it's dope that I get a chance to come and kick it with you, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. And once again, I appreciate this greatly, man. When I saw you react, I was like, oh, he really gets me. So I agreed. I agreed with the friendship comment. So I appreciate you having me.
It's those combinations of interests that you can like pick out of the bars where you can really like tell what somebody's about based on the content that they put in. I was like,
yeah,
he didn't will fucking kick it. We probably argue a little bit over some battle rap shit, over some anime shit, but it's all in good fun.
That's the best part. The argument is the best part.
Absolutely. If somebody doesn't know who you are, all right, I want you to give like a basic rundown, all right, for my audience, just to introduce yourself, give them a little background on you, and then we're going to dig into the meat and potatoes for those who already know who you are.
All right. Well, my name is Handlez McGee. The name came from playing basketball, having handles. Everybody called me Handlez anyway. I started rapping super late. I call myself an artist, mostly lyrical rap. People like to compare me, Lupe, King Lowe's, Daylight, those type of guys. My favorite artist is actually, like Lil Wayne.
Flex.
Yeah, no. Just the style, not the talent, just their style.
He said, I just started late, but they compare me to Wayne. I just... Nah, get your shit off, King. Go ahead. I got you.
That's just the comments I've been seeing. That's what they've been saying. But I think I'm mostly heavily influenced by like Wayne and Drake and that type of thing. So my music differs from like my rap style. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna talk about that later too when we get into this interview. So I'm a rapper, man. I used to play basketball and now I rap. It's really all people would know about me from the artistry.
And the big thing and how you like came on my radar and everything is that you've been crushing a lot of freestyles, right? Like that's kind of how your name's been getting out there right now is with these freestyles.
Yeah, definitely. I shout out to High Off Life, Mike Sick and those guys, Z Rich. Those guys gave me a platform, to go over there and showcase my talents, and it kind of blew up from there. So most people, if you do know me, you'll probably know me from the freestyles.
How'd that happen though? Because I know a lot of ill motherfuckers, but they ain't necessarily in with the radio shows and stuff like that. How did that get started?
Well, for me, it was kind of just a blessing, man. I joined a competition on Instagram actually. So they opened a competition up, drop a freestyle to this beat. I think it was a Kinetics beat. Shout out to Kinetics, a producer. It was to a Kinetics beat. They said whoever wins this gets to come up on our platform and rap. So at first I actually wasn't even gonna do it because I'm kind of shy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shy. And
let me find out. Okay.
My guy was like, "No, you got to do it, man." We were at the gym talking. He's like, "You got to do it." He pretty much forced me to do it, so I did it. I won the competition on Instagram, and then they brought me up there, and I just had to go all out, man. And then the rest is history.
So let me ask you this: from my perspective, for the GS gang that's out there, if you guys aren't up on the up and up. I recorded two freestyle reactions for Handlez back to back, and he was the first person ever in the history of the GS gang to do 200s. He got 100 for 100 on both freestyles back to back. So when he says that he went up there and did a freestyle, he doesn't mean that he went up there and half-assed some shit off the top of his head and was like stumbling, yada yada yada. Like no, like he was legit killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I had to put my best foot forward, man. I had to do it.
How has that been changing as far as like career goes, as far as music? Because I like visually from our side, you know what I'm saying, as the prospect, like it looks super planned out. Like it looks like, you know what I'm saying, like you were ready for this shit. Like this was the plan from A to B. Like, yo, we're gonna start killing these freestyles and get a buzz off of it and yada yada yada. Yeah. What was actually happening? Like what was the process like?
No, like I said, I wasn't gonna do anything. It was organic, man. It was really dope how it happened. So I actually moved. I didn't even rap till I moved to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta from Illinois in about 2015. I always rap for fun and everything like that, but I never actually tried to pursue it. So then, a couple of my guys were like, "Hey, you gotta make sure you join this competition." So I did that, And then when the freestyle took off like it did, I was like, oh, I can, I should really do this. That's really what happened. I didn't plan it out or anything like that. I did want to make sure I crammed, everything I had into into the first time people would be seeing me. I wanted them to know what I was about. I didn't want to come off as, the gimmicky rapper or the rapper who just raps about everything everybody else raps about. So I wanted to give them, a piece of me. So that's why that, the freestyles that you actually did the reaction to, like I really was writing, everything I could put in there and put my best foot forward, like I said. So
Let me try and get a
it was all
timeline down
organic.
here, right? So like,
Yeah.
when would you say you started rapping like at that level?
Well, at that level, I can honestly say I just always rap like that. So like nothing. I would go. People say I'm lying when I say this, but I think I was a way better rapper back in like 2013 when I didn't rap, when I didn't take it serious. Um,
Really?
and because I'm a, like I told you, like I'm like a Lupe, King Los type of rapper kind of fan. So back then I was all about the pen game. That's all I cared about. So now it's like, I'm trying to make some music and trying to, ease up off the gas with lyric, give them, you know what I mean? So um I prefer my music back then in like 2013. And I have like a couple mixtapes from way back when, and I just did it for fun with my homies. So yeah, it's crazy, man. When I first started taking it serious or whatever, when I got down to Atlanta, and I did that freestyle, that's when things kind of started to roll. It really just happened out of nowhere. It wasn't,
And
nothing was
so like,
planned.
since you said that, like, are you taking it
Yeah,
serious now? Like, is music the plan
yeah,
now?
yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get out of that mind state of, working at this job and stuff. Like I'm a web developer. Don't tell anybody, but they'll probably see this. But I'm I'm a web developer. But music is great, man. It gives you a lot of life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good at it. So definitely that's something I want to pursue now. I've been working on projects and stuff. I put a couple projects out recently. Love Handles last year. Put that out. Put out a couple singles this year. Just some loosies. Throwing them out there to show them. I still got it. But got a couple projects coming up too, soon. Not too soon, but they're coming up this year sometime. So
I was
I'm
about to
still
say
working on those right
2021
now.
still.
Yeah, yeah, still 2021. So
That's dope, man.
yep.
All right, so you're looking at least 8 years veteran since you've been like
Yeah.
taking it serious, right? Or since you've been
Oh,
ready at that level or whatever.
yeah. Cause it's funny because I just used to be on my mom's computer like when I was a little kid. And I'd go to random beats and just rap to them, right? But I'm from Bloomington, Illinois. If people don't know, that's where I was raised. And there's not, it's like it's State Farm headquarters. So there's not a, hey, go be a rapper type of culture. In
Okay.
my mind, it never clicked to just be a rapper. Like you're good at that, go
Hmm.
monetize it. It just never clicked. So I didn't actually start actually trying to rap until I moved to Atlanta. And this is like a big hub for like, everybody does music, everybody
Right.
does art, all that, and it's super dope down here. So I caught those vibes, so to speak, and I took it seriously probably around 2016, 2017. So that's when I actually started to like
Okay.
actually put the work in and try to increase my brand and things like that. But yeah, of course, I've been rapping on my life. I love music, love battle rap, been watching that since I was a kid. So it's
We
always
we
been
getting
around.
into that. I can't wait for
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part. That's my shit. I was so
yeah.
I've been a battle rapper since I was 14 years old.
Oh wow,
So yeah,
wow.
I got 15 years easy of like actually just active battling and shit like that.
That's dope.
So yeah, we definitely gonna dig into that shit. I'm excited for that. But what I want to talk about like this freestyle before we get off this too, because it's a big deal. Like I don't want to like people are like,
Okay.
oh, freestyle, like nah, like you don't understand. Like this cat was really going on there and killing this shit. Like I don't get up out of my seat in the middle of a reaction fucking often, right? So like, how is that? How would you consider that as far as like a cheat copy and steal, copy and paste type routine? Do you think that like would you recommend to up and coming rappers like, yo, the freestyle thing is working for me to get the visibility. This is definitely a viable route. Do you think that like, nah, this is only for like a certain skill level, so this is not really for everybody? Like, where in your
Mhm.
head, walk me through that. Like, how do you plug in the freestyles into your overall campaign?
Okay. Um, there's a lot of gray area there. So for me, I would say if you rap, if you have that certain level of skill where you can really rap like that, then I say it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it because people, even if you can't rap, if you freestyle, people watch those and people kind of get your personality. They kind of get what you can do, and that's what people who listen to music. That's what they like. They like to see that. outside of the studio and like just that person rap. So even if you can't rap like that, it's a good thing to get your freestyles off. But unless you're really like that, I wouldn't say depend on it because, and even if you are really like that, and when I'm talking about like really like that, I'm talking about the guys who can put the bars in the bars and the lyric on top of lyric.
Those ones a
Yeah, you
little
got to be
different.
different. Yeah. So and with those guys, it's even a fine line because if you're good at that, you automatically get put in the box. They a lot of people will say, "Oh, he's just they call it, the lyrical miracle rapper, or he can just he does freestyles. That means he can't make music." So some people do look at it like that, and they just put you in a box. So I mean, I would say if you love to do it, do it. Even if you don't love to do it, try to do it, but don't depend on it. Try to be as versatile as you can, and do everything. But for me, it worked out. Personally speaking, it worked out. People love what it was, and they checked me out from the freestyle. So it was really dope to see.
Is there any downside to going up on those shows that we don't see as spectators?
Yeah. Like I said, they'll put you in a box. So you actually you did the reaction to one of my songs, and people, most reactors don't even do that. Like I said, they'll see it, the freestyle, and they're like, oh, he's one of those rappers, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Like you watch battle rap, people just assume battle rappers can't make music, which is not true. It's a blanket statement.
Here's
You
the
know what I
thing.
mean?
Here's the thing about that,
Hmm.
right? I am
Hmm.
the worst with that because I add fire to that fuel
Hmm.
so bad, or fuel to that fire so bad. Like I can rap
Yeah,
my ass off. You put me up against anybody bar for bar, and I'm very confident in my ability to win.
yeah,
You put the
yeah,
beat on, and you're like, make a good song, and I got nothing for you. I
yeah.
I can't
It's
make
a
music
it's a
for shit,
different
man.
it's like a different part of the brain,
Way
I would
different.
say. It is way
Way
different part
different.
of the brain. Yeah, attacking it technically. But there's still there's a lot of people who don't battle rap who can't make good music. You know what I mean?
This is
So when
true.
they
This
see
is very
when
true.
they see somebody who can rap at that level in battle rap, if they can't make good music, they automatically assume all battle rappers can't do it, and it's just putting them in a box. But I know a lot of battle rappers who can really get down and like make good music, because they
Yeah,
know
I mean,
how
I
to.
got fucking surfers on my personal playlist all the
But
time.
surf is hard. Yeah,
Yo,
surf is
like,
hard. Yeah,
so like, yeah,
definitely,
not, I
definitely.
definitely get it. It's not everybody, but I don't. I was only putting that because, like, especially when I was coming up, I think it's more different now because a lot of the
Yeah,
technology
yeah,
is different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I'm not 14 years old with Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Trying to make fucking beats in high school anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, things definitely have come a long way. Um, now you mentioned the reactions. Obviously, this is a spot that's close to my heart because, but like, take the fact, forget that I'm here, right? What's your
Mhm.
honest opinion on the reactions as far as your career goes? Do you think that they are beneficial? Do you think that it's a waste of time? Like, really, just I want your honest opinion, your mentality as far as the reactions go, and not mine, just like
Um,
in general.
no, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Even though you're on here, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Reactors like you I love them. For especially for what I do, because you guys, you're not you're not swayed by all the outside factors. You go to the video and you react to what you see on the video, and you keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of critique and everything I like. You'll say something to critique it, and I love that because then I can go back to the lab and work on it. So those type of reactors who actually watch it and react, and most of the people who've reacted to my stuff, they do that because it's a certain type of video.
That's dope.
Um, so for me, it's been great for my career. I appreciate you guys like with my whole heart
That's
for real
awesome.
because once you react, now other people are brought in and they follow me on Instagram, and now it's a bigger following just off of you guys. You know what I mean? And that's a big testament to what you guys do because I had nothing to do. I guess I dropped the rap, but I had nothing to do with building that part, that part of the fan base. You know what I mean? Because you put
That's
that
not
work
true,
in
man,
to
because you
react
still
to it.
got to be ill. There are
You still
plenty
got
of people
yeah,
that we react to that don't get no follows on no platforms after we
yeah,
react to them. So you can't say
yeah,
that, my guy. Like you
yeah.
had to do a big
I
part of
appreciate
that.
it. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I try to be humble. Try to be humble. But
Nah,
yeah,
fuck
but you,
that. Not here.
yeah, yeah, you guys, the like I said, the reactors like you, I love them. But there are some reactors out there that they're just trying to catch on to what's hot at the time, and they'll just hype it up, And to me, that kind of sometimes it does oversaturate, and and I'm just talking about hip hop right now, not not everything else, but hip hop. I think it does kind of oversaturate things because you already have a lot of things that sound the same. There's nothing new, blah blah blah. But if it's hot at the time, they'll just jump on and react to it, and now it just further pushes that agenda, which is cool. You know, everybody, you know, make your money, do what you do. But I love, you know, the culture and like the lyricism and, you know, the talent and the creativity and originality. I love that part of it. So that's why like I'm more leaning towards the side.
I might disagree with that a little bit. Like,
Mm,
because like the idea, like once it starts catching on that other people are going to be doing, you know what I'm saying too, and then like
uh,
that becomes the sound that people are chasing and yada yada. I don't
yeah,
think a
yeah.
lot of people can do what you want to do. I think a lot of people already want to do what you do, and they're not able to. So I don't know that increased visibility is suddenly going to make
Mm.
them better at what they do to be able to
Oh
hop on
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Oh yeah.
don't.
Not that. I mean, as far as I'm not gonna name any names. I can't think of
Nah,
anybody right
name
now.
them.
But
That's
let's just
cool.
say, I would, but I can't think of anybody. I don't. They're not in my head. But let's say you have like, you know, a rapper like over here down the street, and they're, you know, they just say whatever they want to say, and the music wasn't good, right? So they would have never reacted to it. But then, you know, there's a shooting down the block or something, and they're like, oh, rapper raps, and then there's a shooting, and then that's gonna go viral, right? So then you have a bunch of reaction channels that's just going to react to that video, and now that person is going to be known for their freestyle, and then they take off, which is cool. But that's just one example. But it's just, as soon as something hot comes, it's going to get a bunch of reaction. I'm not saying it's going to make them a better artist, it's going
Right.
to make them better or anything like that, but it does, you know, take away from, like, there's a lot of dope cats out, you know, out here that may not get the same type of looks and may not, you know, get the same type of breakdowns and stuff just because their name's not buzzing, you know. So
Facts.
I don't think reactors like you do that. I think you guys, you know, you might hear things from other people and go see it, but, you know, you probably, like, I think you told me you have like a quality team. You're like, this, they'll say
Right.
this is dope, but this does not react to this. And you'll go look, like, I don't have a name like that, you know? So you reacted to it and you really broke it down and told me, you know, what I need to work on, what you liked about it, et cetera, et cetera. And I like those reaction channels personally, just for myself. I like those type of
How do you
reactions.
different? Like, I don't even think you knew I was a rapper until this interview, right?
I did. I
Oh,
left a
okay.
comment in YouTube on your YouTube page because you said something and you're like, I think it was the second freestyle. And you're like, wow, I can tell sonically he's trying to do this, and it clicked. I was like, oh, he must rap. I put that on the YouTube. I'm like, oh, you know
Got
what
you.
you're talking about. Yeah, because it's a certain type of ear. You immediately heard that sonically I was doing something different. Just,
Mhm.
and they were both like freestyles on the same platform. And you're like, this time he's writing the beat a little more
Yeah.
sonically. His voice, his delivery. And I said, okay, he knows what he's talking about. He's been in the booth. He's been around the block. He knows how to rap.
There was definitely
Yeah.
a certain polish, I think, to the second freestyle in terms of
Yeah, yeah,
delivering cadence.
definitely.
That made me believe that, like, yeah, he's working on studio shit. Like, this
Yeah,
isn't he's not on the corner right now. He's not on the corner right now. He's in the stew. Like, this is different. This is
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
have you come across trash reactions that put a bad taste in your mouth
For my freestyles,
for your freestyle specifically? Yeah,
um,
or music or whatever, anything that's involving you.
I don't think so. Not yet. I mean, there's been a couple where it's been, if I like see a great reaction and then go to another one where it's kind of lackluster, they're kind of just missing the bars and they're kind of just like not reacting a lot. I kind of, you know, it's kind of disappointing, but nothing's been bad or anything, you know. And I appreciate every time somebody even takes the time to listen to it, you know. So I don't. There's not really been any that put a bad taste in my mouth, I would say, so
Cool.
far.
Cool. I'm glad. So one of the reasons I got started on reactions is because I don't like reactors. Like I started watching some shit. There's a couple reactors that I really fuck with, and I'm working on my attitude a lot too. I'm trying to, as I'm
Mhm.
getting, my channel's getting bigger now, so I'm trying to be a little bit more hospitable and not necessarily be the bad guy all the time and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's why I got started. There was nobody that I seen that was listening to the music I was listening to that was
Hmm.
catching the bars I was catching and felt the same way. No one was pausing where I would pause. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and
Yeah,
like
bro.
that was getting like, what? You guys aren't nothing, nothing right there. And then like
Yeah.
hyping up trash, and that's, I don't know, man. So like my whole thing
Yeah.
with the reaction channels is I'm trying to better my relationship with the format. You know what I'm saying? With those who are
Yeah.
doing it and stuff like that. So I do
Mhm.
like picking the brains of those who are on the opposite end of it. You know what I'm saying? Those who are getting
Yeah.
critiqued. You know, it's way
Yeah.
different being on one side of the lens versus the
Yeah.
other. But
Yeah.
nah, I'm
I get that. What you just talked about, I get that a lot. Where it's like, ah, they missed it. You get that feeling like, why did you pause it right there? I get that a lot, but nothing's been like, you know, too disappointing or anything yet, but
Dude,
definitely.
so this is an interesting point on that then, so because this is what I want to get into talking about later. Like when
All
I
right.
rap personally, I write shit that I want to hear. That's why you
Yeah.
always get the anime bars and shit like that that's in all of my
Yeah.
freestyles and shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're the same way because you have those same elements inside your freestyles that you know are gonna miss. Not everybody's gonna
Yeah.
get the anime bar. There's no way they got the Itachis. Nah, right lines above
Yeah.
their head like Itachi and Sasuke. Like when I first heard like shit like that start coming in there, like you know you're isolating purposely
Hmm.
certain crowds and shit like that. But I like it
Hmm.
because but it's still you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like a sacrifice just to get like your own true shit out there and not sound like
Hmm.
every other person. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, that's
Yeah.
dope, man. Salute for that.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah. I actually, I take that part of it as a challenge because I like anime. I like, you know, battle rap culture. I like sports, you know what I'm saying? So I take that part as like a challenge. So when I throw in the anime bars for the people who are only in the anime, I still want to be able to hold the attention of the whoever else is listening. So within and like there's no reactor has caught all of my bars yet. So within those bars,
Mm.
there's other bars that other people can get, you know, like the anime crowd wouldn't have got in that bar alone. And there's bars that are just strictly word. I love wordplay, but there's bars that are strictly wordplay that nobody's even caught yet. You know what I'm saying? So
So
I
you
always
still
like to
got
have
gems sitting out there for people
yeah,
to
yeah,
go
yeah.
back and dig into.
That's the part I like about it, man. I like watching it. Like sometimes I don't want you to catch it. I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't catch this one. Okay, he missed it. Cool. Just so it
Something
still be
there.
there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
yeah,
like
I like the niche type thing. I like what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm like the opposite of most of the channels then because like I'm
Mm.
gonna catch every anime bar that you throw, but I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah,
miss 95% of the sports bars. Like I'm not a sports
yeah.
guy, so like my comment section be lighting me the fuck up. Man, you don't know blah blah. Like nah, man, I was playing video games. I don't know none of that shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
but I think that's dope though, because then you can have like the healthy debates, you know, like he said this, no, he said this, and like you guys catch something new each time, and even within that, it's like I said, I write it so because I had a bunch of sports bars and you know the freestyles that I did, but you didn't dislike the freestyle, you know what I
right,
mean? Like the
absolutely.
freestyle was still good to you, yeah,
I see
even
what
if
you're
you
saying.
didn't
So
catch
the
it,
same, the
yeah,
opposite with the anime bars for them. Like just because they didn't get it, they
yeah,
still like. Good point.
yeah,
Good point. I feel
yeah,
you. I feel you.
yeah.
Cool.
It's a
So
challenge, but I like it.
good relationship with reactors. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Mm,
So moving on from the freestyles, then. So that's dope. I decided to dig into your music afterwards. And the reason for that was number one, the freestyles blew me away. So for me personally, if I hear somebody light up a freestyle, I'm very curious to see what they sound like on a track now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like can they
yeah,
make music? I was very surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I
mm.
probably fall into that category of because I am a battle rapper that can't make music. I assume, you know what I mean. Like I project that
Yeah,
onto others as well. I'm part of the problem, 100%.
yeah.
Uh, your melody work very, very, very tight. I think
Appreciate
that
that.
you blend really, really well. I mean, you've seen the reaction. I was a fan
Yeah.
of what I heard, but the big thing is for those if you see the freestyles and choose to
Mhm.
dig into the music, I highly suggest that you do because it's not that different. Like you still managed to have a dope level of lyricism in what I felt was a
Yeah,
very vibey centric track. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
definitely.
like
Yeah,
it's not like you're catfishing, like, yo, check the freestyle. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And then you're never gonna get a glimpse of that ever again if you start following me. I think it's a good blend.
appreciate that.
Your last project that's out right now was Love Handles, right?
Yep, love handles part one and two. One is waste, WASTE, and the other one's waste, WAIST. So it's two parts, love handles.
Got you. And what are you is that what you're promoting right now mostly?
Yeah, right now it's still going strong. You know, people still checking it out. Still kind of new to everybody else. I'm working on other stuff right now. You know, of course, behind the scenes, different projects. But the love handles is what we're pushing right now. You know, we got the merch and all that stuff as well. So,
That's what's up.
yep, yep.
Where can they get that at? Plug your shit, my guy. Go ahead.
Go to plainxsimple.com /Handles McGee. That's where you can go. You can go listen to the albums there. You can go
Is
get
that
the
plain
merch there.
PLAIN or PLANA?
PLAIN, like
Okay,
plain and simple, but
got you.
there's an X. Plainxsimple.com. So that's where you can get all the merch. You can listen to the albums. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever it handles 33. That's HANDLEZ 33. Make sure you spell it with a Z, and I'll pop up. You can search me on all streaming platforms. I'll pop up. Google it. I'll pop up Handlez McGee. So yeah, just rock with the music, rock with the merch, whatever you want to do.
What's a good starting point for them? If I'm somebody who knows you from your freestyles, never heard your music, what track am I bumping first?
Ooh, it's a good question. It's a good question, because my answer is going to be something that people who do rock with me have never heard. Probably it's from the mixtapes way back when, before I was rapping for real. I think actually another reaction channel reacted to it. Script Work. I don't know if you're familiar with Script Work. They reacted.
I know the name. I know the name, but I'm not familiar with the channel.
They reacted to a song called Breaking Bad. It's an intro track to my mixtape called AMC Breaking Bad, and it's just bar on bar on bar on bar. So if you want to check that out,
yeah, we might have something to dig into.
it's bar on bar, and I was a baby back then, so it's just all bars, man. So if you rock with the freestyles, you're gonna love the mixtape. That mixtape is like on Dat Piff, SoundCloud, live mixtapes. I don't even know if that exists anymore. Audio Mac. So you can find the mixtape. You can find it out there. That's not going to be on iTunes or anything yet, Apple Music or anything. But I'm going to try to add those as well. But yeah,
is it all on YouTube? Usually we can find all the freestyles on YouTube.
Yeah, that mixtape's on YouTube. Yep. There's another mixtape before that one that's not on YouTube. But that intro every intro is going to be bar on bar on bar. So whatever you listen to, just listen to the intro.
You got the format. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're doing this, what's the next big project that you're working on?
I've been working on this forever, man. I hope it comes out. It's called Beautiful Death. I've been working on this for like a long time, and things keep coming up, but life keeps coming up. But that just means it's going to be better than it would have been.
Yeah.
So
it's been a wild few years, man.
Yeah, it's been a few years. It's called Beautiful Death. The first track is me. I actually have to hop out of plane. There's no parachutes left or anything. I die. I'm rapping while I'm falling. I die. The next track is like my little brother going through the 5 stages of grief. The next track is like me rapping at my funeral. Like they play a tape of me rapping. And I'm saying, you guys didn't appreciate me while I was alive. I don't even want you at my funeral, type thing. So it's like a story, but it's called A Beautiful Death.
It's a concept album. You got like a whole concept album.
Yeah. Most actually, I would say all of my stuff except for maybe one project has been like a concept. I had a mixtape called The Arena. It's like a metaphor for basketball and rap. And the next one was AMC Breaking Bad. It was like different stories of how to be an MC, but it was also like AMC movies. It was also like AMC TV shows, and Breaking Bad was like the theme through the whole thing. So that one
turned the whole thing into a scheme.
Yeah, the whole thing is a scheme. It really is. Like it's dope. That's probably my favorite project. I got a project called Wait For It. It's actually about I could not finish Beautiful Death, so wait for it. I'll give you a project right now. I have one called Black Matter. It's that one's like theme based. It's not a concept based, but all the other ones are like they're actual concepts.
Like my biggest critique of concept tracks, because I grew up in the era where concept tracks were like actually pretty big, especially online.
Yeah.
Like all the rap websites and shit like that. They used to do that shit with battles even. You know what I'm saying? Like they would give a topic. And like, who could kill a topic better and shit like that. My issue with that stuff has always been replayability. I feel like once you understand the concepts, for me, I'm like, cool, I got it, and then I move on. Like I don't find myself going back and replaying those tracks often. You know what I'm saying? Like when we first heard like the first concept track, I think everybody heard Nas is talking as a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like that's not the one that you go back and play all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this is super dope. We talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a discussion and shit like that. But I never really feel myself going back and gravitating to them. Is that been your experience? Do you think that like are these tracks not really in that same lane, or like what's up with that?
So there are tracks in that lane, but like I said, kind of like with the freestyles, I make it a challenge. So I don't want it to be when I figure it out, now it doesn't hold me value. So with these concept tracks, they're still good tracks. So even if you don't know the concept, the track is great. If you figure out the concept, the track is better, but it has replay value because it's still a track. You know what I mean? So I never want to be like and no disrespect to people who do it, I don't want to be like a gimmicky rapper. I don't want to have a gimmick and like do that. I don't want you to know me for just one thing. You know what I mean? So I always want to give you good music that you can play all the time, whenever. There's a concept on the Catch 22. It's actually web development. When your screen is
Okay.
cached, it's cached, and it's like it's a metaphor for web development, the cache box in Call of Duty, and actually Catch 22. Like whatever I'm doing, I'm stuck. So if you go back and listen now, you're gonna get new things, but it's still gonna be a track for you to replay. It's not gonna be something that runs out. So that's the challenge for me that I always like to do.
So you're like in my terms, as you get familiar with my channel, you're what we would call a rapper's rapper. Like
I'm a rapper's rapper for sure.
you're
Yeah.
you're not you're not appealing to the average person on that
Mhm.
level. Like there's only
Mhm.
a certain caliber of
Yeah.
individual that's gonna listen and be able to pull off a 3 layer, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like metaphor in real life. You're doing ARGs and shit like that on this.
Yeah.
Um, cool.
Yeah.
Nah, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
So now that you have the projects coming out, your fame has come off the freestyles though, and not the music. So are
Mhm.
you gonna do like you got like a press run like lined up? Like yo, this album's gonna drop. I'm gonna hit the freestyles. I'm gonna go here, here, and here beforehand. Like you got anything
Mhm.
like that lined up we could look forward to?
Hopefully I might. Like I said, I'm still a newbie, so I don't even I haven't even thought about that part about let me go do some freestyles. But that probably would be the move. Go do another freestyle jam packet with a lot of goodies in there. Big up the project and everything like that. So when closer to when the project comes out, I probably will do that. Usually with the rollout, I don't know. I haven't. Once again, I'm a newbie. Everything I've dropped has been just organic. Like, hey, you guys rock with me? Go check it out. I'll shoot a video for something like to try to build things up and stuff like that. Trying to get better with the visuals. That's a big thing. So when I get these visuals out and everything, then I'll probably drop the project after that. So that's a good idea. I probably will just try to hit up some places and
You guys are
freestyle.
welcome.
Yeah,
Enjoy the freestyles. I expect a shout out on the
freestyle.
radio.
I got you. I'll put you in the freestyle for sure. I'm
Let's
gonna put you in the
go.
freestyle for sure. Got you.
Now, for those who do listen, though, so you check out the albums, you check out the freestyle. Now everybody got an understanding of who Handles is. One
Mhm.
of the things they're going to notice is that you are very, very much so on your Will Smith tip, right? You got no cursing, no
Yeah.
cursing in your records. Is there a reason for it, or is it a personal preference?
Um, I guess it's just how I grew up. My family is, a Christian family. I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Um, I never smoked, never drank. I just always been that type of kid. I've been everywhere with everybody, but I was just always me. So I don't curse in real life. So when
Okay.
people are like, "Oh, he didn't curse on the track,"
So it's
I
not
guess
that
they,
you didn't curse on the
yeah,
track. It's that you just don't curse.
I just don't curse. So people think it's like they say
Okay.
it's a skill set, but to me it's just normal because that's I talk like that.
Right.
So
It's
it's not
authentic.
anything that yeah. So I mean, I would love like I would say like a lot of my tracks would be better if there were curse words on it for sure. But I just don't talk like that. So it wouldn't be me,
Probably not
so
then. Like if that's not you, it'd probably sound real awkward then.
yeah, it probably sound forced. Yeah, that's right.
Fuck.
Probably sound forced. Right.
So that's for you. I guess
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of you kind of gave the answer to this, but like so that doesn't carry over to others then, right? Like you're not like so for instance, if I wanted to do a collab with you, right? Would you be like, yo,
Mhm.
Steve, no cursing on the track with me, or is it like,
I
yo,
actually I actually ask people if you can, don't curse. If
okay,
you want to, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you what to do on the track or anything like that because I want you to get off how you want to get off. But if you can, as a favor, I ask you,
gotcha.
just don't curse. But I'm cool if you do though. It's all music to me. So
So
yeah.
you guilt trip people. Okay, I see you.
Nah. I don't
No,
do
no,
that. I
no,
don't do
not
that
too
at all.
late now. Too late. Like, no, he hit you with it now. I mean, you do what you want. You do
But let
what
me
you.
say this.
I hope
Let
I
me
would appreciate it if you did this, but nah. Oh
Nah, let
man.
me let me say this though. I haven't collabed with anybody who's like a big name artist or anything like that yet. So everybody who I've collabed with, pretty much I've known, so they know me anywhere. So I just remind them, hey, if you can, bro, don't curse. They'll laugh, ha ha, ha, I got you, because they know me. But
I
I guess
got
when
you.
I start collabing with other people, like if I collab with you in the future, do what you want,
I'm
man.
just a reactor. I'm just a reactor. That's dope. Cool. So that answers a lot of that question. And then I was going to ask if that carried over to features and everything like that. So that's dope.
Hmm.
Um, so speaking of features, let's run with that real quick, right?
Okay.
You said your collabs in the past so far. Anyone that we would know, or like legitimately just like the homies?
Just the homies, man. The people I've collabed with personally are in my top 20 artists, like lyricists. You know, I'm not, and I say that without being biased at all. There's a guy named Matane. He's like a mix between, you'd love him. Like go listen to some of his stuff. He's like a mix between like Eminem and Tupac, but he's from St. Louis, so he has like a chingy accent. But his delivery is like Tupac's, but the way he can connect words is like Eminem. You know, and that's a guy you'll see on every project because I love how he raps. Everybody else is just people I pretty much grew up with, and they're like an elite group. It's really like 5 people that I just rotate around. They're like an elite group of guys, kind of like a slaughterhouse kind of feel, you know. But they all make dope music. Yeah, they all make dope music, man. So I'll collab with anybody though. So I don't
see, like that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no way you can't convince me that you're not getting hit up to collab. Like if people are seeing those freestyles and you're not getting like, yo, let me have blah blah blah. You gotta get on this. You gotta get on that. That's not happening.
Yeah, so that's happening. That's definitely happening. Some collabs. I'll send verses off to people. This guy's name, his name is Creed. Actually, he's I want to say he's over in Africa. I don't want to say the wrong country though, but he sent me something that was super dope. That should be coming out soon.
You're getting in my territory now. I'm not sure who that is though.
Yeah, his name is Creed. He's not like I said, I haven't collabed with anybody that you would just be like, oh, what, Kendrick? Right. Like you're not gonna know these names or anything, but I got people hit me up and it's all love. It's always from the freestyles. So it's like, oh, I love your freestyle, man. Let's collab. And I'm always like, let's do it. That's what I'm about.
That's dope. If somebody wants to collab with you, right? You got a price you want to put out there, or is there a method? Like, yo, hit me with this. If I'm feeling it, then yeah. If not. Like, if I'm watching this right now, I go and check your freestyle after this. And I'm like, yeah, nah, I need him on my shit. What process do you want people to take to best get a hold of you professionally?
Best way to get a hold of me is to hit me on Instagram and just hit my DMs. I respond to pretty much everybody, unless it's like just a weird comment or something. I might still respond, but I respond to everybody. So Handlez 33, just hit me on Instagram, my DMs. The usual process is, like I said, I'm not big-headed or anything like that. Like if you have a budget you want to work with, we'll work with you, man. If your music is dope, we might even just do it off the strength, because I'm nobody to tell anybody that they can't make music with me. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully even when I blow up and take off and, get all these numbers, I remain like that. I stay solid with whoever I work with. So we work with your budget, whatever it is. Usually I ask for, studio time up front. That's just, 200 up front. So if you have 200, all right, let's do it. And then we have a charge for the feature itself, and we usually discuss that and negotiate whatever you can do. You know what I'm saying? So
and all that'll take place. Hit up IG, that starts the process, and then just kind of walk from there. IG.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Cool. All right, I want to talk about this a little bit too, because now we're getting a little more comfortable. I'm getting to know you a little bit. I want to start talking some shit a little bit, right? So now what happens in this scenario, right, where you get an absolute trash verse and the money's there, they want to do it. What there's two outs here, I see, right? You got like the OG way, which is kind of like, yo, sit like, young boy, let's have a conversation. Let's sit down, like, yo, this is not happening. Here's why it's not happening. Like, you're just not there yet. Or you at a point now where it's like, yo, $200 is $200. I can write this out in 60 minutes, take the freestyle. What you do with it is up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does your mentality in that spectrum fall?
The feature is going to happen. This has happened before, multiple times, believe it or not.
Let's go. All right. With who? Who was trash? I need names.
I don't even remember names. No lie. No name.
What a cop-out.
I don't remember, but it's happened though, like I want to say like 3 or 4 times. I hit him back up like, come on, bro, you can come harder than that. I tell him that, but I say it in a respectful way. And I think you can do a little better than that, because I'm about to kill my verse, bro. I don't want to hop on here and really kill you, because I'm gonna kill you on this.
This is gonna be bad for your career if you don't fix this.
I tell him that because I'm all about helping people, showing love. That's who I am outside of music, So I want to show you love, but in the same breath, like, hey, put your best foot forward, bro, because you're still gonna get your feature, because I told you I do the feature for you, but I'm gonna murder you on here, and it's not gonna look good for you. So go ahead and like send me something else, and they usually send something back. It'll be a little better. They'll go a little harder, and some people they don't. Of course, not everybody can just be spectacular.
Not everybody has harder to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean,
some people are giving their all on that first take.
yeah. So that's why I say it in a respectful way. But usually they send something back and it is a little better. It might not be amazing, mind blowing, but it is a little better. And then they feel like they put their best foot forward. I'm like, okay, bet, let's do it. And I rock with them and I feed off what they did and I give them a great feature. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it a good, solid song. That's happened before, but
Gotcha.
I haven't had anything that trash that I had to say, nah, I'm
Well,
not doing
I
it.
think I think you having the price wall there does
Yeah,
filter out a lot of that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like to $200 is still $200, especially to an up and
yeah,
coming rapper. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like when
yeah,
sure you got artists making millions, but like until you get to that point, you know what I'm saying? I'm
right,
not throwing away $200 on a hobby that I don't think
exactly.
there's actual potential there. So I feel like the paywall
Yeah,
probably filters out a lot of the
mm,
trash portions of that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I think so too, because the people who shoot the money right away, they want to work. They're doing this for a reason. That's what they do. So when they send the money, they're serious about it. So if they're serious about it, all right, let's do something. Let's make it happen, and I'm gonna try to help you out, and let's get it in. Sometimes it'll be just a dope track, and then it just works out for both of us. But
Right.
if they're not, and
There
everything's
yet.
preference too. I don't like saying like that they're trash. You know what I mean? Because I guess everything's
Everything's not
preference, but
preference.
to me, I know. To me, if I
Everything
hear it,
is not.
I'll
Get
say
the
it's
fuck. I
trash in
see
my
you on
head.
Twitter, motherfucker. Don't tell me
Yeah, yeah.
everything's.
I'm
I see
saying
you tweeting this shit all day.
I don't. I just retweet. I retweet what other people say. I don't say it myself. I'll say I'll give my opinion, and then I'll try to give the other side of things. Like I'll feel some things are trash, but I'm not gonna call that person just trash. I'm
Not
not
the
really.
person. See, I
Yeah.
got a very, very strict rule that I go by where
Mm,
me, it's the same thing with the GS gang. Like I'll kick people out the comments, I'll shadow ban people and shit like that.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you attack the artist, you can attack
Yeah.
the verse, you can attack the bar, you can attack the delivery, the cadence. You don't attack the artist, right? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
everyone's
Facts.
entitled to a bad verse, everyone's entitled to an off day. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But like
Yeah.
I don't tolerate disrespect. There's a difference between like, yo, this is trash because it is
Yeah.
trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some being like, yo,
Yeah.
you fucking suck. You should never rap again. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's
just
different. You're right.
that's
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Damn, I had a good question to come off of that too. So you're in a scenario now where we're doing collabs and shit like that. Is there anybody that you're looking to collab with? Now, I'm not talking about the Kendricks and shit like that. I'm talking about like the people we all interact with on Twitter and shit like that in our spaces that happen to be like on that level. Is there anyone you're looking to collab with on a similar level as you in that space right now?
I wouldn't say this person is like on my level. I say he's like leagues above me or whatever because you'll know his name. But he talks back and forth to a lot of people on Twitter. Crooked Eye,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he just seems like a down to earth person. He just tweets everybody. Like he just has casual conversations. So I would like to collab with him. There's a guy out in Arizona who we actually went to the same high school together, but he's I want to say he's a year or two younger than me, so I didn't even know he was there. I knew his older brother, but I heard from somebody else that he used to want to play basketball with us all the time. He's a little younger. I just don't remember. His name is Futuristic. I don't know if you heard of him.
I know the
He's
name. Never got into the
yeah,
music. I know the I
yeah,
know the I know his face though. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I see his name show up in the circles, but he's not someone that I ever got. Like no one's ever requested him. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I'm not familiar
yeah.
with him. That's
So
what's
he's
up.
I think he's a good music maker. He's not really bar heavy, but
Gotcha.
a good music maker. And I just want to collab with him because we're from the same high school. I think that'd be dope. I
That
didn't
would be
know
dope.
it. But he's huge out in Arizona. I think Phoenix. He's huge out there. So him. I got some more, but I don't know if you would know their names.
I'm
Um,
looking forward to people who are watching this, waiting for their names, and like I just waiting for their
yeah.
soul to get crushed when it's not mentioned. I live for that shit. That's good.
Uh,
All these
now I
cocky
got to think.
motherfuckers blowing me up on Twitter and shit like that. Like, ha, didn't even get your name mentioned. Handles don't know you exist, motherfucker. I'm gonna start tagging these.
That's terrible. That comes back to me. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh yeah. It's not me. I'm just a reactor. No one gives a fuck about me. You're the bad guy
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm open to collab with everybody.
here.
Uh,
All right. Let's pivot.
yeah.
So speaking of that, you said you guys they want to play basketball with you, name handles, blah blah blah. How nice are you actually? Try to be unbiased. Take yourself out of you, right? Put yourself in a
Yeah.
spectator. How nice are you actually?
I'm like that, man. I'm really like that. I walked in the gym last and still got next. I'm not waiting to get picked up. I'm really like that. I played ball at UAPB. I'm in Arkansas. It's a D1. I tore my knee up. Then I went to a JUCO in Wyoming and Gillette, tore my knee up or tore my ankle up. Then I went to ISU, Illinois State University, and I walked on there.
Is that why your name
Um,
is Handles and not Ankles?
it's Handles. I'm injury prone. Anybody who knows me, I'm injury prone. I'm fragile. I don't look that big, but I'm like 6'1", but I'm about 245 pounds. So I've always been heavy, you know, and I'm flat footed. I'm just always injured. But
Fair enough.
yeah, I just love the game, man. I like to talk about it. I'm just passionate about playing ball. So, you know, anybody anywhere can get it. I don't care if you
That's
play
what I was looking
overseas.
for, because I read
Anybody.
that you have an open call out right now.
Yeah, anybody who's ever said, I'll lock you up. Come see me, bro. We can put whatever money up you want. Come see me, cause
Let's
I'm
go.
like that.
And we got the
I'm
money
like
up. Let's
yeah.
go. Do you
I'm
record
better at
any of
ball
it?
than I am rap.
There's a bunch of
Nobody know.
dudes. There's a bunch of dudes that like I don't watch sports, but like 2 months ago I started getting into the YouTubers who record street
Yeah,
ball, the pickup game
yeah,
street ball
yeah,
and shit like that. Some of those catch my interest because it's not the NBA. You know what I mean? You don't have people
yeah,
like flailing and fucking nonsense.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? I like the rough shit. Like I can get behind that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
stress and everything. Do you have anything like that? Like, is there any interest in actually getting like basketball footage then,
No, like
or
I
does
said,
it exist, or what?
no, for me, no. Like I like D Friga. I was watching him for a little bit. There's a bunch of YouTubers. What's the guy's name? I think it's White Iverson. He was one. There's a bunch of YouTubers I've been watching, but I don't do that myself. Like I said, I'm injury prone. I'm not gonna tell you guys how old I am, but I can't do that anymore.
You were in Jaws, weren't you? That's real old.
And that that picture I posted, that was what was that? That was like I said, I don't even know when Jaws came out. That came out
Yeah.
before. That definitely came out before I was born. But
You were like, this was my first movie that I was ever in. And I was
was
like,
it?
what? I'm not gonna lie, I googled that shit. I was like, there's no way this was this
No,
motherfucker.
no,
Get
no,
the
no, no.
fuck out
That's
of here.
that's way before I was born.
You
But
guys are taking this black don't crack shit way too far now. He do not look like he's 70 something. Get the fuck out of here.
oh man, I can't believe you saw that. I think I post that like at least once a year. That's like my favorite picture to post. It's funny to me. It looks like a Jaws scene. So I posted
It threw me through a loop for just like a second. I think
it.
it was like fucking 2 a.m. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? There's no way, right? I'm like doing math in my head and shit. Like, when the fuck did Jaws come out? This ain't a remake or nothing. This is like the original.
I do want to say that too. Like I'm a goofball on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff, right? So before the freestyles dropped or whatever, like nobody knew me. So I'm just posting all this stuff for my friends. So that Jaws picture, that's just something oh Warren's he's a goofball, you know, they would call me that. And then when the freestyle dropped, I got all these thousands of followers and I'm still posting this way. I'm like, I'll post something like, yeah, Kendrick just called, man, you know, we're in the stew right now. And then people will hit me up like, oh my God, I knew it. I knew you. I'll be like, oh, my
I
fault,
knew
bro.
it.
My fault was just a joke. I had to stop joking because that's just how I live my whole life. I've been joking. So then people would actually hit me up thinking I'm serious. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry about that. I'm just joking.
No,
Please
you
forgive
got
me.
to see it through, my boy. Tell him the Kendrick
I'm
verse
sorry.
wasn't up to par. I had to turn it down.
Oh,
I told him to rewrite that shit.
that's a good idea. Kendrick might reach out then. Good
You know,
idea.
he's getting eaten up for this feature he just dropped too.
Yeah, I don't think it was trash. I didn't. It wasn't special. You know, I take that
That's
hiatus. I wanted
that's
him to
kind of
come
what
back and
the hiatus is the big thing. So everyone's like based
yeah,
on the amount of time away, you know what I'm saying, plus
mhm,
expectation, blah blah blah. He's definitely getting a lot
yeah,
of heat for that.
yeah.
Cool. What anime are you into? Because we're gonna switch. If you guys are here for the gangster shit, you guys can sign off now. We're going on. This is fucking nerd talk now. All right. Go ahead. Let's talk anime. What got you into anime? What are your go-to jaunts? What level weeb are you? Let's get into the good shit. The people want to know.
These are good questions. I feel like my answer changes. I watched anime as a child, but I didn't know I was watching it. So I was up late watching, you know, like Toonami and stuff.
Nami. Yeah, as you
Yeah,
do.
so I always watched Dragon Ball Z. But I didn't equate that with anime.
Right.
I just watched Dragon Ball Z as a kid. I watched, you know, like Inuyasha late at night when it came on, like Trigun, things like that.
Right.
So wasn't an anime watcher, but I watched that stuff. And then when I got older, I would say I was in college, and my good friend, he made me watch Death Note. So I
Gotcha.
watched Death Note. No, he made me watch Naruto. And I was working like some call
That's a
center or
big
something
difference.
like that.
That's a
No,
difference
no,
between 70 episodes and 700
yeah, but
episodes.
this is what happened. This it'll make sense in a second. It'll make sense in a second. So he told me to watch Naruto. He's like, yeah, but there's like 500 episodes. I said, okay. I worked at like a call center for like 12 hours a day, but we didn't get any. It was like cat claims for a State Farm. Fun
Gotcha.
fact, we didn't get any calls unless there's like a disaster. So I'm there for 12 hours a day doing nothing. So I'm on my phone on Crunchyroll watching Naruto. So I
As you do.
knocked that out in 2 months, 3 months. I got up to Shippuden. Naruto wasn't finished yet when I started watching, so I got up to probably about like the Great Ninja War, and that's where Naruto was. So I started watching, every time it would drop and stuff like that. So I watched that first, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And then he told me about Death Note, and I watched that in like 2 days, and I was like, yo, anime is
I'm
cold.
in.
Like anime, it's like because those two different dynamics, like I didn't know they made that type of like that's a whole different type of feel
Right.
than Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Death Note. I watched Death Note. I watched like Erased, Parasite Maxim, um, Tanya. Something like it's called Tanya. It's a bunch I watched just in a row. That
Is
just
that
put me on the
that's
anime.
the Nazi John you're talking about?
Yeah. She was like,
She was like, yeah,
I forget what
it's
it's called.
reincarnate. I can't remember the name either,
Reincarnation. Yeah, something like that,
yeah,
like a reincarnation of Tanya the
yeah,
Evil or something like
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched a bunch. I can't even tell you all of them, but my favorite one in that time period was Hunter x Hunter. And when I
Okay.
watched that, I was like, yeah,
See, you know how I know you're lying, because real anime watchers don't say the X. It's just Hunter x
I
Hunter.
say, I always people say that, but
He
I like X.
caught right there, 4K.
Nah,
We got
I
him.
like
We
X.
got him.
People say that I like X. I have to say X. It doesn't Hunter x Hunter. That doesn't sound good.
So now,
Doesn't sound good.
who writes your anime bars? You got to tell us now. You got caught.
Nah, man, nah. Well, like I said, this is probably
Give me your big three though. Give me your big three. What are your top three? I don't want to.
Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, Hunter x Hunter.
Definitely Hunter x Hunter. It doesn't sound right, man. It doesn't sound right to me. I like the X. Hunter x Hunter. This is good. It's a good question. There's a lot of them, man. It's Hunter x Hunter and Death Note. Those are two. And then the third one is like
Digging in the crates.
yeah. I don't know, because I watched
Let's do
like
this for the third.
when I was a kid. I watched Ninja Scrolls. Ninja Scrolls is probably my favorite. It's like the movie or whatever.
That's a movie, right? That's not the
yeah.
show.
I watched that when I was a kid, and then I watched it later in life. Like when I was older, I'm like, yo, this is still cold. I remember this is cold.
I didn't get any of this as a kid.
Yeah.
This is actually way more bloody than I remember.
Yeah,
what's your genre like? Because like in hip hop, unfortunately, you're divided into two categories. You're divided into those who are like diehard hip hop fans and those who are like too cool for anime. You know what I'm saying? Like you go into one of the two things, right? So like, what's your go-to recommendation or recommended anime for a new viewer? Like I'm not an anime viewer, but I want to get into it. What's your go-to recommendation?
I usually tell people it depends on what they like, but I usually tell people Death Note because it's not. That's just an interesting concept. That's just like a cerebral type of thing. It's not shooting fireballs out your hand and stuff like that, and it's not you know how anime just throws like weird stuff in there. It's funny to us because we watch it, but to somebody who hasn't watched it, it's just gonna be weird to them.
Death Note's way more realistic. Death God comes, gives the power to cut.
It's not realistic at all.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I get you.
I mean the cerebral part of it, like the detective. Everybody loves Law and Order.
The action isn't the selling point for Death Note. It's the plot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
got a good story.
That's what everybody thinks anime is. They just think it's like a lot of screaming and fighting. Yeah. Which it is, but
it is. Shonen is. That's exactly what shonens are. Like that's just Dragon Ball. If someone was like explain Dragon Ball, screaming is definitely part of it.
That's it. That's it. Screaming. Screaming in here.
Scream till you win and watch your son get fucking destroyed.
You live 5 years old.
Yeah. Now he's like, yo, do you watch any of the abridged?
No.
Bro, I'm about to change your fucking life, my guy. I'm about to change your life. You gotta watch Team 4 Star Dragon Ball Z abridged. All right.
Okay.
Look it up online. You are going to
Okay.
binge it, I promise you. So basically what they did is they took the entire of Dragon Ball Z, abridged it. They condensed it, right? By them cutting the images and doing their own voiceovers to summarize like what's going on and shit like that. And bro, it is the funniest shit you'll ever see in your life. Like
that's wild. Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's wild.
If you don't binge it, I would be fucking surprised. Like it's one of those things. Once you watch the first episode, it's like you're dying laughing, bro.
Yeah, I'm a binge watcher, so I'm gonna do it as soon as I find time. That's when I'm gonna look up a
This
bridge.
is hilarious. Cool. All right. Is there anything else that you wanted to go? Like this is your time to shine. I want this to really like for those who don't know who you are to get the opportunity to really get a better feel for who Handlez is. Is there anything that you want to be included in this that we didn't go over?
I think can you hear me?
Yeah.
I hit my mute.
You got an echo now, but I can hear you.
I'm gonna do this. Can you hear me now?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, cool. It's these headphones, man. They've been muting themselves, but I don't know, man. Just check out the projects. Check out Love Handle. Cop some merch. Make sure if you haven't seen the freestyles, then you're missing out. Make sure you go see the freestyles.
What's the best way to support you?
The merch right now, definitely. The merch, or just stream it, share it with people, get the name out there. Yeah, man. Like I said, people don't think I am, but I'm really just starting out. So whatever you do, I'm gonna appreciate. But right now, like, you know, if you want to support the merch, go to the website, plainxsimple.com/handlezmcgee.
I'm gonna get links from you after this. I'll put it all in the description.
Sure.
So they want for all the links. Just check down the description below. I'll have all this stuff down there for easy clicks.
Bet. Appreciate that, man. Definitely. Thank you.
No problem. I do a series called Scorecard Sandwiches, right? Where I find artists and shit like that. Huge shout out to Merkham's, also from Arizona. That's my guy. He got his own sandwich at a deli out there, right? And I was like, I'm gonna make this for myself. I want to see what it's hitting for. And I ended up like eating it on camera and shit like that. I was like, yo, this is fire. And I made a series out of it where I want to get if you had your own sandwich, right? I need to know what the Handlez is, right? The Handlez McGee 33. What is that gonna be? So that we can get you on an episode of this and see what your taste buds are hitting for. Pause? Might be a pause.
See what your taste buds are hitting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see how we might cut that part out.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna try to work my way up. I'm gonna try to work with the fixins. Work my way up. Okay. Grilled onions are a must. So whatever it is, I need grilled onions.
Hold on, I'm ready. Go ahead. I'm gonna write this down while you do this. Keep your eyes out for this episode, guys. We're gonna do this. We got grilled onions, which I'm assuming is the same thing as fried onions.
I don't know. No. Grilled.
I don't cook. Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna make it, so I'll just write grilled. She'll figure it out.
Grilled onions. Sauteed onions.
Sauteed. Okay, I can't spell that. It's grilled.
And since I have sauteed onions, I want sauteed mushrooms too.
Okay.
It's gotta be some type of cheese. Swiss, provolone, Swiss. Give me Swiss. I want Swiss cheese.
I already hate this sandwich.
I'm really just gonna be it's really just gonna be like a Philly cheesesteak almost.
Don't say that. You know I'm in Philly, though. I'm gonna be judging this shit.
Aside from my sandwich, have you been to Penn Station?
Penn Station? Like downtown?
No, it's the sandwich place, sandwich shop.
Oh no, I don't know what that is.
All right, I'm just throwing that out there. Just
okay.
Remember that.
I thought you were about to say like Reading Terminal or something like that. Like downtown? Like nah, that ain't it.
This is tough, man. I don't like this question.
No, this is hard interview questions. What did you think? You were gonna come in here and just breeze through everything?
I did. That's what all the greats do.
You ain't got no meat on this, Doug.
I know. That's what I'm trying to. I don't want to make it that's just a Philly cheesesteak. I don't want to do that, but I guess I'll put. Trying to be creative.
Well, I'm gonna hit you up for bars right after this, so you better get the brain thinking.
Give me steak and shrimp. Just throw steak and shrimp on me.
Okay.
Yeah, and some Parmesan. I don't know. Tomatoes, cilantro. It doesn't matter at this point. So just
I like.
throw tomatoes
Right.
and cilantro in there. That's my sandwich. That's my.
I'm gonna fucking hate this fucking sandwich. I
It's
don't
gonna be
eat none of this
it's gonna be
shit.
good. It's gonna
All
be
right,
good.
cool. So we got grilled onions, sautéed mushrooms, Swiss cheese, steak and shrimp with Parmesan, tomatoes, and cilantro. That's what we're dubbing this. The Handlez McGee 33. You're confident?
Yes, I'm confident in it. Now that I've said it,
Okay, you get more
I'm
than a
sticking
5 out
with
of
it.
10. I would be very surprised. I think I'm allergic to mushrooms. I'm gonna have to get an EpiPen with this with this fucking episode. All right, man. You know what we're here for. I hit you up on Twitter. We was talking this. You're known for your freestyles, right? That's how we discovered you. I was told that you got a lot in the crates. You got a lot in the crates that people may not have heard before. What do you got for us? I need something. I need something for the interview. At least the 16. Something mean.
I got you. I got you.
I want people to hear this and be like, "Yo, I need to go and figure out what's going on with this guy."
Okay, I'll give you more than 16. I got something for you.
Let's
I
go.
got something. Here we go. You can hear me?
Perfect.
Ooh, I said, I'm now preaching to the choir sermon because they know my writing's perfect. Taking all my shots at the top. That's how you're learning. Tyra hurting, screaming, why at the sky with the sniper working? Deja vu. This cat black like it's bad luck. Back up. The flow water, but I decide to spit fire first. And you a liar, you ever tried to deny this verse. So try respecting this pyrotechnic with spidey senses type alerts. I read you Mark's first. It feel like a Bible verse, the New Testament. Come testing me. Get bodied, sir. I'm tired of jerks. Capping like clapping ratchets, they kind of turf. Strip clubs, big thugs, I knock them all out. And gotta squirt your daughter's dollhouse. Only time we seen your shoddy work. Seems psychotic. Try trying it before you try and knock it. My environment's mean byproduct. I play Adonis, son. My creed's iconic. Isaiah Thomas type of spurts. I lead the league in all things narcotic. When I recite a verse, residing beside Poseidon, and I reserve the right to feel entitled like I deserve every title, inciting titles inside the surf. The waves high, I wave high to say bye, ride to the death, left eye inside a hearse, you and back, I'm driving, skirt off. Promiscuous woman, I go to work, I just don't get the promotion. The kids flipping like a fish out the ocean. I've been dripping, they just dipping their toe in. Feel like winter's approaching. It's apparent that I'm scary like the kid from The Omen. No new friends, my circle full. Look like the pick finished loading. I'm so ahead of my time. If you just listen, I told them. Moving out my line of fire, you just risking your own man. Do. Empty clips when I'm flowing. Spit till it clicked and switch ciphers. Kids nicer than who sits in the whip for the rich drivers. Think Wheezy 06. Flicks lighter. I'm the coolest, and my chicks like Azula. They been fire, put me in the game. I kill off one hit like I'm Lynn Bias. Been here long enough, forcing them out like the rent higher, gentrifying bars, intricate like it's Rikers. This pin tighter, y'all mini men. Not talking 50 Cent, the boy different. They all cinnamon, your dog's synonym. So cinnamon, I'm wrecking the direction that you sending them. No simpleton, appeal to the intellect like it's limitless. Brad Cooper, think Zab Judah. Punches hitting quick, math ruler. Can't see it both ways. These ain't parentheses. I hate cops. We foot the bill of 12 inches in. They take a life. We pay the price. Then they bring interest in. That's sickening. That's why I wouldn't flinch if the victim switch. You miss him then, better spin the bin and spit again. This is it. Soon as I enter in, then it's lit. Dennis Smith. All that hesitate and get him to the rim. Same concept here. You hesitate, I'll get you in the rim. That's rapid eye movement. I'll laugh when I do it. You're not a threat to me. Billy Hoyle. All that playing, get left leaking, reeking, in jeopardy. This is all off the top. What I'm saying, I'm the best, and Steve could attest to this. After this, I'm done.
Let's go, my guy. Yo, I fucking appreciate you. You fucking took off on that shit.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Handlez McGee 33. Links are down in the description below. Check the freestyles if you haven't. Start your journey. There's reactions to both of them up on my channel, as well as your first foothold into hearing his music. You can expect. I got lit up a little bit on IG. I got to get him on my personal playlist so that he's included in my my IG posts and stuff like that. So you guys can look out for more Handlez on the channel. Definitely some reactions coming up in the following weeks. Anything you want to shout out when you sign off, my guy?
Man, shout out to SteveBussaGS. Appreciate you for having me, man. Appreciate you for having me. It's been an honor. This is my first YouTube interview, so this is an honor, man. I did some in-person ones, but this is my first. You know, Zoom is it's different in the pandemic.
Yeah, you know, this is you're official now. You're officially
I'm
official
now. This is real. This is real. Appreciate you, man. Thank you everybody for tuning in, man. Handlez McGee. Go follow me, search everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Cop the merch, get the album, share with a friend. You know, it's all love this way, man. So appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Peace.